A common question most athletes get is if they care about the records they create and all the great stats they can put their names against. Defending F1 world champion Lewis Hamilton is a holder of many records in F1 and is on the precipice of creating many new ones. He has now given his views of records and numbers while speaking to AS. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, does Lewis Hamilton care about records and statistics? Hamilton began by reacting to comments that all his racing success is a result of having the best car. I don't know, I don't live to see all the things that are said, and I'm not very aware of all that, although I do know about those kinds of comments. There is always an excuse when someone else is the winner. People will always find a way to minimize success, so I don't spend time on it. He then explained how he wants to prove his prowess with more close battles. I know how hard I have had to work to be strong, not make mistakes, extract every opportunity I have had, and no one can take it away from me. With more wheel-to-wheel battles, I hope I have more opportunities to show it, for people to see what I'm capable of. He then spoke about the possibility of winning an 8th world title. I would not change anything. I know who I am, where I come from, and what I am capable of. I have no idea if I'm going to win it, although I am working to achieve it, but it certainly won't change anything important in my life. The numbers are not what worries me the most. He then gave his take on what he feels is more important than records and statistics. Ultimately, if you try and think about your last days here on Earth, what are you going to wish you had accomplished? And for me, it's helping people. There's no greater feeling than being able to help somebody, and if you're able to help more than one, then you can rest in peace knowing you did something with your time. He summed up his words by reiterating his goals. I have achieved many things, but now all my concentration goes to helping others. I am living a dream. I don't need anything for myself, but how can I help a child who wants to be an engineer or a driver? Fast feed. AlphaTauri team principal Franz Tost feels that his driver Yuki is doing very well. He is very satisfied with him despite Tsunoda's recent mistakes. Tost added, that is a normal learning process you have to give a young driver. McLaren's Lando Norris wants to be that kind of guy who can lead the team. Someone who has been there for many years, who has helped them through the bad times and can help them achieve the good times. Which is why he is still here. That's why he signed for some more years, because he wants to be in that position. He also feels that this year he already took a step forward in that position. He's feeling like a different and improved driver to the last couple of seasons. He further stated that just as much as winning and success means to him, actually having fun, enjoying his life is just as important. Williams driver George Russell is of the opinion that the position he's in right now as a free agent for next year is definitely a good position to be in. He also thinks that wherever he ends up next year, he'd like that for at least a couple of years, because he thinks it's so important to have that consistency to grow and progress. He also feels that Lando Norris has done a fantastic job lately, and McLaren as a package with Lando are doing extremely well. It's going to be interesting next year, and they can be a real threat to the top teams and to the championship, feels Russell. Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel thinks that journalists don't seem to understand how close it is sometimes and how easily things can go wrong for the drivers. He added that without having any intention, nobody goes into an overtake, nobody wants to take the other car out or himself out. But then, you want to get past sometimes or defend your position, and then you're playing with very little margins, and it takes so little to get it wrong. He further added that instead of being excited for a crash, people should be so excited that they manage to race that closely and intensely without crashing. Will George Russell be driving for Mercedes in 2022? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.